Isixhosa sithi ke bagotywa besebatsha nqwake nokushishina yaye kwabaninzi akunyanzelekanga ukuba ude ube kwigumbi lokufunda ukuze ube nako ukuvelisa amacebo aphuhlileyo. Yiloo nto ke umdla ogqithisileyo wakaBuhle Gotsha namaxesha afakwa esihlahleni kumenze wangumyili wazo. Okanye ke uhleli nathi ke namhlanje kwiqonga likaSkype ukuze ayichopha ichaze. Thanks for joining us, Buhle, and welcome to Kids News.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Okay, so the year was 2021 when you started having umdla in terms of watches and where the idea came from. Now, I want to understand, where does your fascination for watches come from?
So, I'm a person who loves complicated things that works it's function in a very complicated way. So I like things that challenge my mind. So when I read about how watches work, especially mechanical watches, I just became like fascinated. Yeah, I just became very fascinated, and I was so in love with it.
All right, you became fascinated. That is quite good, actually, because it shows that at least you can look at something and want to, show some kind of interest towards it. Now, let's talk about Ericsson Dora. Elagama Eliana Mchana. Gokulbiza nje, it sounds like it stems from Indo es serious and Indo es special. Care to talk to us about that?
Yeah. So it's a combination of my parents' names. My father was Eric, and then my mother is Theodora. So that's how I came up with it.
Ndiqinisekile into yoba ba-proud apho bakhoyo ngalo mzuzu. But moving forward now, Buhle, Mchana, hey, andazi, but for you, I know into yoba you are self-taught in terms of creating and making e-watches. So maybe perhaps how did you get knowledgeable about creating watches, and perhaps also where did you gain your access from?
From doing a lot of research. When I say a lot of research, I mean including watching videos like YouTube videos, and then trying to networking with a lot of people who have knowledge about this industry, this watch industry. So yeah, that's how I got it. And then yeah, I collected knowledge from different people who knows about watches.
Watyebisa ulwazi lwakho kwizinto ozifumeneyo ebantwini abaninzi. That is great. Now, you are a part of the creation of it, as in you personally create and make classical watches, and then on the other side, obviously you'll have a manufacturer that will buy in on that and bring them alive. Now, I'm interested to know from your end, what creativity goes into that whole process?
First thing, I make sure that the watches are very creative. When I sit down and design, I make sure that the watches are very creative and are very artistic, because our target market are arts lovers. So that's why I make sure that when I design, I make sure that they are very artistic, so they can appeal to my target audience.
Target audience. Okay. Speaking of a target audience, Buhle, I understand that you have sold a watch to a very happy customer. So I understand you've sold a watch to a very happy customer who happens to be someone that is fairly new, well, not really new, but known in the industry. And also, why do you think it's important for people of that kind of caliber, high profile, to also support local brands such as yours?
Unjabule Ngcobo from Kaizer Chiefs bought my watch last year, and I think it's very important for people like him to support us, because abantu who are supporting them, abantu abafamous njengaye, are going to look at our watches, and we're going to be recognized by their supporters. And then when we are recognized by their supporters are most likely to support us.
Yeah.
Because because when a business is associated with big names, it's most likely to be trusted. We gain trust.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
So
agree.
that's why.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. In closing, oh well, speaking of supporters, actually, I'm interested to know, since we take Sele Unjabulo Zwane, who's from Kaizer Chiefs, are you a Kosi fan?
Jabulo Ngcobo.
Jabulo Ngobo, yes. Are you a Kosi fan, Buhle?
Yeah. No, I don't actually follow football, but when I was young, I was a Kosi fan.
Okay, all right. Well, I would be disappointed if you said you're a Kosi fan because look at the past match. Anyway, let's go to closing now. I'm interested to also find out that perhaps someone that is watching this interview right now, Umdosibukele Kaya, is interested also in doing izinto ozenzayo, ukwenza izinto ezinhle ezifana noku-creator amaxesha asesihlahleni. Mhlawumbe, what message of encouragement can you give that person?
I just want to tell them that they just have to start. That's all it takes, to just start, and it not actually start when you are better. You have to start when you're a beginner, because even professionals were once beginners. So just start. Just start where you are. Just start where you are. Yeah.
And also one more question, since we're still in the atmosphere of, abandwana for metric and all of that, you're doing or partaking in watches. What inspired you about watches, and that thereby leading to the choice of studies that you're going to do?
What, can you please repeat that question again?
Yes, I'm saying you've just recently passed metric, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so now how has designing watches inspired your choice of studies?
Because when I go to university, which is probably next year, I will choose business management. This is actually inspired by my watch business. By my watch business, because I want to have more knowledge about business management, how to manage my business, and then
All right.
Yeah,
well, unfortunately, Buhle, we've run out of time. But thank you so much for joining us. And I'll probably be buying that watch very soon. Ne?
Thank you.
All right. Well, ayike obubumbeche ke mphulaphuli balamaxesha sesihlaleni nawe mbukeli benza naye wonke ubani ukuba azive ingathi ukwixesha elichanekileyo okuhle nokumhlophe kodwa kubuhle ne-Erickson Dora.